This is Daniel Soergel's, I'm sorry if I mispronounced her name, 2013 All-City Big Block. Originally built up by Bicycle Habitat in New York City as a mid-range commuting steed with changes made over time to the build you see today, making for, in the words of its owner, a balance between performance, practicality, sturdiness, and beauty. Now on with the bike check. While the All-City Big Block has gradually gotten a few updates to make them a bit more special with each iteration, this 2013 3rd Gen 1 still has signature details that make it feel like it was designed with serious passion for bikes and Minneapolis, from the Hennepin Bridge head-to badge that somehow looks better the more beat up it gets, a longer geometry that prevents toe overlap allowing for bolder cornering, the now iconic Hennepin Bridge cast dropouts that are admittedly a bit of a pain in the neck to clean, speaking from experience, but are definitely unlike any other frame, and the proprietary 612 Select chromoly tubing. That's 612 for Minneapolis's area code. But best of all in my eyes, this generation of big blocks came in the objectively best color for a bike, purple, or Sir Elton John Lavender in All City's naming convention, giving the Frameset another layer of distinct flair. And in more practical terms, Daniel, this bike's owner, says he locks it up in some reasonably dangerous neighborhoods, and bike thieves just haven't been interested in trying to make a quick buck off an easily identifiable, love it or hate it, light purple bike. The Frameset is complete with the matching lugged straight blade fork, with a beefy clearance for up to 32C tires, a Cane Creek 40 series headset, and a single stainless steel Arundel, how do you pronounce that? Bottle cage on the thoughtfully raised seat tube bottle mounts that make it easier to reach between continuously spinning legs on a fixed gear. But at that point, why not just make it even easier to reach and put the bottle bosses on the down tube? But anyway, for the contact points, we have 40cm Ritchey EVO drops wrapped in Pro and plush 4mm white Cannondale bar tape and attached to a matching 90mm Ritchey Classic stem. The cockpit is completed with the great value equivalent of TRP RRL levers made by Originate, to make for a handlebar setup that ranges from comfy lane splitting to speedy sprinting, and an ultra dingy made in the good old US of A Spur Cycle bell to alert AirPod wearing zombies of your presence. I'm not a bell man myself, but this bike bell has no business looking this good. Moving back to the saddle, we have a white specialized power saddle to tie the front and rear ends together. The curtains gotta match the drapes. Interior design 101, folks. And the saddle sits atop a super baller vintage Campagnolo knockoff seat post made by Bianchi in 1995. Shifting gears to the drivetrain of this fixed gear, we have only one gear and a terrible choice of transition. The cranks are silver Sugino 75s with a respectable amount of pedal rub that shows this bike gets the love it deserves. Speaking of pedal rub, Wabi Cycles. Just kidding. For the pedal setup, we have a pair of generic rat trap pedals, thoroughly broken in all-city leather double strap, and CKC steel double toe clips. The cranks are coupled with a buttery smooth Phil Wood bottom bracket and finished with the delectable matching Sugino dust caps that I too spend too much money on. The chainring is the best in class, NJS stamped Sugino Zen in 46 tooth, and I didn't even know that they made them that small. The cog is a 16-tooth baller mirror polished Phil Wood cog, and the entire drivetrain is bound together by an Azumi Eco chain. Moving on around to the wheels, we have perhaps the most popular fixed gear rims, H+ Sun Archetypes in mirror polish, laced to de-stickered Suzue Promax hubs. Why someone would eventually do this is beyond me because they're the coolest hubs in the world, and ain't nobody else got holographic hubs, but at any rate, the owner swapped out the stock bearings for Phil Wood bearings because to be a true baller, one must be a baller on the inside, and also bring up their Phil Wood hub bearings at every opportunity. And the rubber is a set of 28C GP5000s to complete this bomb-proof, fast-rolling wheel set. Purple bikes are great. This bike is purple, therefore this bike is great. Let me know your thoughts on this bike or how you would build up a Lavender big block in the comments below. And if you want to have your bike featured in this, hopefully, weekly bike check series, feel free to check out the top comments to find the directions on how to do just that. But speaking of bikes I love to check, our channel sponsor, Wabi Cycles, is the epitome of what makes cycling fun. Every one of Wabi's design choices are meticulously made to give you the purest ride quality for the money. And Wabi executes those choices perfectly with master craftsmen right here in Taiwan and a friendly bike shop in Denver, Colorado that is eager to answer your questions and get you on a bike that you'll love. This amounts to efficient, elegant, and timeless bikes that you can get from a passionate group of fellow cyclists. Wabi's relentless attention to detail results in Wallace, my 58 centimeter Wabi Special, weighing in at 17.5 pounds or 7.97 kilograms straight out of the box. That's well under 20 pounds for a completely steel lugged frame set that has no carbon components. That weight isn't just for quoting and impressing other cyclists though. It results in the best riding experience that I've ever had on a bike, with a snappy, responsive, and lively bike that only top shelf steel can bring. That pure fun makes it easy for me to ride Wallace, my Wabi Special, as my only bike as I travel throughout Asia. So if you're looking for the bike that could very well put an end to your search for the perfect bike, consider checking out Wabi Cycles, linked at the top of the description, because it really is the closest thing that I've ridden to the perfect bike. And Fixie Famous shoutout to Stand Strong 108, Kruucks, Ryan Witt, Julian Corona, and Avalo for helping to make these fixed gear videos possible through their support on Patreon.